Welcome back to the channel, guys. Real quick, as you can see, 3.5 liter V6. This is a Dodge Charger. Okay, no start. Yes, it spins over, it just will not start up. Now, I came from another shop, guys. Y'all know how that go. Okay, what the problem is, y'all know how to go by trying to find a no start condition, right? Basically need three things to start. All right, now you can try to simulate at least one of those. I know. Okay, you need fuel to start. Fuel is one of the requirements it will take to start. Okay, now you can quite frankly simulate fuel presence, not so much pressure, but presence. Okay, presence, meaning fuel. You can literally spray fuel down the intake, just in case you suspect you're not getting any fuel by way of the fuel pump. Just say you think your fuel pump is, the term y'all use, gone bad. Then you can literally spray some type of combustion liquid down in the throttle body area, some throttle body cleaner or something like that. I ended up using this. Okay, now you can, however, turn your key on. Guys, every car, I think since 88, has a 2-second primer where you turn the key to the run position, and you should hear a bzzz for 2 seconds. That is the fuel pump primer, okay? The fuel pump is running for 2 seconds, though, until it sees RPM. Now, if it doesn't see RPM, it's going to shut the fuel pump off. Okay, now, and that prime feature is needed to try to prevent long crank time. All right, now, as you know, there's no anti-drain back valve on the rail. A lot of that feature is being taken over by the fuel pump itself. So when you turn your car off, you don't want fuel pressure to just rush out of the rail. You still want a certain amount of pressure on the rail in anticipation of another startup, okay, which will prevent long crank time. But just say an overnight soak, yes, that fuel is going to gravitate back to the fuel tank no matter what. All right, so when you get up in the morning, turn your key, you go to run, it's going to bzzz, that's your fuel pump running. Now, I hear that, okay, so which tells me I'm actually getting power supply to the fuel pump. Now, I can't, however, tell if fuel pump is being pushed out. If there's pressure, okay, you'll need a pressure gauge for that. So what I did was I went through all that to say I simulated fuel presence with this, and I still have no startup. Okay, now I'm gonna let y'all hear the healthiness of the startup, because that matters, guys. Yes, I have a charge on it, so yeah, you can see it came from another shop, but let's take a listen to this. All right, that could be a number of things, guys. Now, I do, however, have a fault code in the computer for a cam sensor. In fact, that's what's actually written on the ticket. You know, how can another shop send us a car saying they can't get it to start? It may need a cam sensor. Y'all know how easy it is to replace a cam sensor? In other words, they're not sure. Okay, they don't want to get bit. They likely have been bit before. But guys, now that fault code can be set from a number of reasons. Number one, it's called camshaft position sensor. Okay, it's designed to monitor the rotation of the cam. If the cam is not actually moving, then yeah, you still can get that code. So I don't know if that guy at the other shop had a spare cam sensor. He put one in, plugged it up, and it still wouldn't start. And he put the original back in. A lot of cats keep test parts. I do that. I'm guilty of that. That's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. So no cam signal. My next step, guys, is to visually inspect the camshaft. Okay, now this is it's an overhead cam engine. All right, so I'm gonna have a cam on this head and a cam on this head, and I'm gonna have a gear attached to those cams, and I'm gonna have a timing belt attached to those gears. Okay, so this is a timing belt driven engine. That belt has teeth on it, okay, in order to keep it in time. All right, so we very well could be out of time. Only thing about this engine, guys, there's no cheat. There's no cheat sheet, no cheat. I literally have to take this cover off to take a visual inspection of the timing area. And because we get an hour diagnostic, I guess I can include that in my hour diagnostic. Okay, the customer is entitled for you to spend an hour's time on their vehicle trying to figure out what's wrong with it. In the event you will exceed that hour, you're supposed to go up and ask for more checkout time. Because, guys, now don't get me wrong, don't think a lot of mechanics will abuse that. No, at least I am in the business of trying to figure out what's wrong with this thing as quickly as possible so I can get on with. Because the gamble with that is you can deter somebody out. What do you mean it's going to take 3 hours to check my car out? You advertise, you charge 1 hour diagnostic time. Don't worry about it. Just so I'd rather something than nothing, guys, is my point. So, and besides, do it really take an hour to figure out what's wrong with a car? I mean, let's be realistic. Some of you techs out there, let's be realistic. All right. So yes, I will include removing this cover, factor that time into my hour diagnostic time at trying to figure out what's wrong with this car. What will I find? I have no idea, guys. It's turning over healthy enough to not sound like a broken timing belt. However, it could be a jump timing belt. A car that's out of time will sound just like the sound you heard, the no crank sound. I'm talking too much, so let me prop this camera up somewhere. Guys, I'm just going to pull the upper cover. Some of you guys want to see this stuff, and it's cool with me. I'll see if I can find a tripod or something. But all I'm doing is removing the cover, just the upper part, because once I get this off, I can visually see the cam gears. All right, I got some work to do, guys. Stay tuned. Let's get it. All right, guys. Whoa! Whoa! What in the... Let me take y'all down for a deeper, closer look. Look at this. That timing belt has shredded. Shredded. Look at all this, guys. All of this is belt material? Holy crap. Oh man, something had to have been living down there. I cannot believe this is all belt. Wait a minute. It's grass. How can a bird or anything get down in there? Guys, y'all telling me this is timing belt material? Look at all this. Hell no. Okay, that's okay. Alright, here's what happened, guys. I can feel some of the pieces now, right here. This is part of the pulley. Yep, right here. This pulley came apart. So, I did a video on this a while back, guys. This pulley will go before the damn belt go. So, quite frankly, the belt was killed by the pulley. So, that's why I lowered my timing belt recommendation threshold to 100,000 miles. Basically, you need to give a threshold change or a recommendation for the pulley. Alright, so watch this video right here where I explain that in more depth, but that is exactly what happened to this car. So, quite frankly, guys, the cam sensor code you was getting is a result. It was not reading the camshaft tone wheel correctly. Alright, it's not that the sensor bad. It's just that it's not. So when they swapped out a new cam sensor, you're gonna get the same results because there's technically not wrong with the sensor. The problem is the problem is what the sensor reads. The sensor supposed to report back to the computer the position of this camshaft based on the tone wheel. There's little slots on the tone wheel that tells the cam sensor what position it should be. You're trying to maintain a relationship between the camshaft and the crankshaft, so you can achieve stoichiometric fuel mixture. All right, guys. So it gets a little complicated verbally, but that is what happened. I cannot believe this is all. timing belt material. Wow. Alright, so that's what happened on this, guys. I'm gonna close this video down. We'll just call this the diagnostic video. Remember, guys, it came in for no start. Yes, it spins over, and quite frankly, from the healthiness of the way it sounded, you would be it does not sound like a broken timing belt. And I tell you why. That's because the belt's technically not broken. If the car is out of time. If the belt was broken, you will hear a constant spinning over real fast. The engine will be turning over extremely fast because there's no compression. Because the engine is out of time, who knows the position of piston doing what? And quite frankly, there's a small chance that you may have bent some valves. You don't know until you put a belt on it and start it up. Okay, so I do not know, but I'll find out. So yeah, I mean, is this a non-interference engine? Guys, every time somebody say that, or every time it's printed that it's a non-interference engine, I've seen engines not become damaged based off a broken timing belt. So a lot of it a lot of it has to do with when the belt broke. Basically, a lot in this IMO, this is my opinion, okay, RPM. If RPM is extremely low and your belt break, chances are you may not bend the valve. All right, is this valve bent? I don't know. What I will do is simple, put a belt on it before I commit to the water pump and everything. I'm gonna put a belt on it, see if I got some compression. I'll probably run a compression test, or I might just see if it'll start. If it'll start and idle normal and I have 20 inches of vacuum, then yes, we dodged a bullet. There's likely no bent valve. But if I start it up, I got a hard misfire and things like that, yes, you likely bent some valves. So it could go either way. There's no one true way, guys. Depends on the RPM of the engine when the belt broke, in my opinion. A lot of guys will disagree. And it's cool. You can do that. You can disagree, all right? But yeah, I'm gonna close this video if they buy the timing belt. I'll open it back up. We'll talk some more then, guys. All right, but for now, that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.